Hi, it's Carl Brower, and I'm standing next to the new 2025 Audi A5 sedan. Now, this is an all-new sedan for 2025, and as is so common with the Germans, you got to be careful because there are 2025 A5 sedans out there that are not all new. But somewhere in the middle of the calendar year, it got switched to the all-new version that you see here. And probably the most important thing to keep in mind with this vehicle, besides the fact that it's one of the best-selling vehicles from Audi, is that it's on an all-new platform, and the Q5, the other bestseller from this division, is also on that new platform. I'm going to do another video driving that vehicle. What's interesting, what they've done this year is that they've changed it from a traditional sedan with a trunk to a liftback design. In fact, they combined the traditional previous sedan with the Sportback, as it was known, into a single model. Now you can see it doesn't really look like a Sportback. It looks like it still has a trunk, but if you release the trunk, you see the rear glass and everything moves up. It actually makes the car more functional for cargo and storage, and it also gives it a larger interior. And that's another interesting thing about this vehicle is when you look at it, the greenhouse looks pretty small, but it is not small. It's actually larger inside than it was the previous year. More interior space, best in-class rear seat legroom, and a lot of cool amenities back there too, like you can get heated seats and you can get manual sunshades. So there's a lot of improvements for its functionality, and yet it looks really as sleek as ever. They've kept the design that Audi is known for. They've got the new LED headlights and a long OLED available strip in the back that will give you personalized settings for if you want your daytime running lights, and that rear OLED taillight strip to reflect something specific. There's different settings that you can set it up for. A lot of other advanced technology they've done with this vehicle. They do have a new turbocharged engine. The turbocharger has a variable vane technology to give it more power. And of course, they all come standard with Quattro all-wheel drive and a 7-speed S-tronic transmission. We're going to talk all about this vehicle in the next few minutes, but for now, let's just get in it and take it for a drive. If you like digital screens, you're going to like the new Audi A5. You've now got the 11.9-inch virtual cockpit combined with a 14.5-inch central touchscreen and a 10.9-inch passenger display. A wall of digital toys and games to play with. That's what a lot of consumers are impressed by, and that's what the automakers are giving them. Driving the all-new Audi A5, let's talk about that engine. As I mentioned, it's got a turbocharger that's all new. It still uses a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, but the turbo is no longer a twin scroll. It is a variable geometry or variable vane technology for increased power and also a wider power band. And the engine now makes 268 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque, and it can get from 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds. Now, all these vehicles, of course, come with Audi's famous Quattro all-wheel drive, and the standard wheels on the new A5 are 18-inch with two 35/45 tires. But you can get, and this vehicle is equipped with them, 19-inch wheels with two 45/40 series tires. And that's what we're driving right now. Regardless of which sized wheels and tires you get, they're all run flat design. And that's good because we just had a flat tire, and thankfully an Audi support person showed up quickly and was able to swap that tire out. And we're back on the road in this twisty mountain section. Speaking of which, there's a new progressive variable steering system in this vehicle that's just been put in for the redesign. And it's supposed to give even better steering feel and more naturally change the ratio, the variable ratio of the steering based on speed. There's also the ability to independently set things like throttle response, steering, feedback, and transmission shifting. Audi's set this up so that you can adjust all those things independently. Now, like a lot of modern cars, the A5's got this sea of digitalness in front of you. They've added the 14.5-inch central touchscreen to the 11.9-inch virtual cockpit that Audi's known for and has had for years. So you've got them joined together in almost this panoramic display. But you can also now get a 10.9-inch digital screen on the passenger side, and they can operate that independently of what the driver's doing. They can watch their own media and essentially live in their own world over there. And there's shutters set up so that you can't see what's on that screen as the driver. I'm looking at it right now and I can't see what's going on because we don't want drivers being distracted while passengers are watching TV shows over there. Keep in mind that all of these screens use OLED technology, sort of like the taillights we were just talking about. And Audi claims that, among other things, that allows them to represent true black colors, not a dark gray. Most blacks are really a dark gray on the standard LED technology, but with OLED, it can show true black. The other thing that I'm seeing here as I drive here is my head-up display, which Audi says is new for this year. It's 85% larger and has a much wider array of information that you can customize it to show. It is full color. I'm seeing both speed, I'm seeing lane keeping assist status, and I'm seeing my next navigation instruction all in the head-up display right now. For a power-operated sunshade, kind of like a sunroof, but it's instead of having a manual material shade that moves back and forth, it's different segments of the panoramic roof up here. You slide this slider, but it changes different parts of the roof, front to back. So you could, for instance, have more light coming in here and less light coming in through the back seat for backseat people. But there is no shade here. It's the glass that's got 6 different sections that can be of different lighting degrees. Audi extended the wheelbase on the new A5, giving it more rear seat space. In fact, they claim it's got best-in-class rear seat space, along with high-end amenities on prestige trims like this one. That means heated rear seats, as well as very high watt, 100-watt USB charging cables for back here. You can also get things like this manual sunshade. Here's a look at that full OLED taillight strip that we've talked about. Pretty advanced technology, but probably what's more important is the fact that this vehicle's got that hatchback design now. Audi's trying to hang on to people who keep abandoning sedans for SUVs, and when you open this up, you've got 22.6 cubic feet of storage behind the second row, and if you fold that second row down, it shoots up to 36.6 cubic feet of storage. An attempt to keep these vehicles viable in a world where, well, everyone keeps running to SUVs. Well, we've spent some quality time in the brand new 2025 Audi A5 sedan, and actually I can't call it a sedan anymore because it's actually a liftback. It's combined that sportback design with the sedan for one model that should sell better because it's going to appeal to more people. It's going to have a wider use case, larger cargo area, larger rear seat, and of course improved technology throughout. Pricing for this all-new 2025 Audi A5 starts at around $50,000 and goes up to around $57,000. The 3 trim levels being the Premium, Premium Plus, and Prestige trim. Audi's injected a lot more technology into this vehicle, but they've also added performance and luxury features, and really some amazing technology in the form of that partial adjustable panoramic glass roof, the new head-up display, or even the performance from that improved turbocharger system. It feels like a good evolution, and with that liftback design, now it's going to have more cargo space and more rear seat passenger space. It should expand the desirability of this sedan and keep it alive in a world that seems to keep throwing sedans away and preferring SUVs. Audi's going to avoid that. They're going to try to keep the A5 as a key member of the family. It is one of their best-selling vehicles, and I think they've set it up for continued sales and future success. Switching from the all-new 2025 Audi A5 to the Audi S5, it doesn't feel like that big of a switch, honestly. You still see the same screens in front of you, you still have the same comfortable seating, and this one's even got that same crazy Bang & Olufsen audio system with a speaker back here. But there are some key differences. This vehicle does have a twin turbocharged V6 instead of a 4-cylinder. This 3-liter V6 makes 362 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque, and it'll do 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. Of course, it's got standard quattro all-wheel drive, and the connection between the engine and those wheels is the 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch transmission. One of the first things I noticed when I got in this car is this beautiful red leather interior. The seats have the same basic feel of leather in the A5, but they do have a nice, beautiful kind of almost maroon or wine-colored shade to them. But the trim On the doors and on the dash is this very plush Alcantara leather, like very plush. It helps justify the higher price for these vehicles. A couple other key things about the S5. It's got an active rear differential that can deliver additional torque to the outside wheel, which enhances the handling, gives it basically an advantage over the A5 in terms of responsiveness. And it does have an adaptive sport suspension. So you can have an even wider range between the comfort setting and the performance setting. Audi folks said that they've just really worked on that technology and given themselves and the car a wider range of ride quality. As night falls in the mountains around Aspen, Colorado, you further appreciate the ambient light that encircles the cabin in this Audi S5. You can see the 3 screens we've been talking about, but really look at how cool this kind of pink and purple ambient light looks, especially on top of this beautiful wine-colored leather interior and this plush, really plush Alcantara leather that circles and enshrines kind of the entire dash and door panel area. So it's a really cool high-tech design with great functionality, and I'm appreciative of Audi's continued skill in building beautiful premium upscale interiors. The virtual cockpit in this vehicle is truly a work of art, and it offers a wide range of settings and views, but on top of that is the beautiful and quite effective head-up display. It's hard to capture on video, but trust me, it looks great. It's been tough to experience this car because there was a lot of bad traffic on I-70. There was some kind of nasty crash that involved multiple semis, including one that crossed the center median into oncoming traffic. Yes, that caused a close down entirely of both lanes of travel of I-70, and it slowed down our arrival in Aspen, where I am now. But I am here. The light hasn't quite left the sky yet, and you can still see me, hopefully. And I did get a chance on the last few miles to drive this thing through twisty turns like I am right now. And the engine's pretty sweet in this vehicle. The broad torque band, the noise that it makes, the engine noise that it makes, the paddle shifters really rotate through the 7 speeds on the S-Tronic very responsibly and quickly. As soon as you're flipping paddles, things are happening. I could see how this vehicle would be a nice balance between the standard A5 and any future RS model that might come to this model line. But this one's plenty entertaining with that extra power and the active rear differential that can apportion it out, and the adaptive suspension. I've got this thing, let me see, what are we in right now? We're not even in dynamic, we were in balanced mode. Now we're gonna go to dynamic. Yeah, you're getting some cool engine noises. You're getting plenty of acceleration out of the throttle pedal when you want it, and you're getting some excellent gear shifting. Wow, yeah, that transmission responds rapidly. The dual clutch is very happy to execute shifts when you ask for them. So I'm thinking, again, the A5 will be the volume seller. It is less expensive. This vehicle is a chunk more money than the A5, but you're getting more than a chunk more both performance and premium experience inside this really plush kind of leather-lined cabin. I mean, this car has a very upscale feel in here. Shouldn't be surprised. Audi's got a history of making upscale interiors with really great materials, but the way these materials synchronize with these high-tech screens now, these OLED screens with the true black, I mean, I'm looking at the heads-up display, which only gets more prominent in your vision as the light goes down, and it's truly beautiful. This is a beautiful head-up display, and you can rotate through all the different things that it does. And the virtual cockpit with this kind of digital representation of the road you're on and the surrounding vehicles, this is very cool technology paired with very premium interior, paired with a very capable performance sedan. So, and we're in the mountains, so sometimes a deer will run in front of you, and very capable brakes, just in case you were wondering. That was a little frightening. Anyways, if you're going to drive through the mountains of Colorado and you want to enjoy yourself, an Audi A5 and even more so an S5 will deliver that thrill. And if you're going to try to avoid deer, it'll probably help you more than you would hope for. The brakes work very well too. Another item I want to call out on these new Audis is a flush door handle design. It's pretty cool. You reach in and there's a pressure switch behind it. Otherwise, these door handles, they are truly flush. So as we lose both the light and the nice weather and the rain falls, we're glad that we made it to Aspen safely, despite shut down freeways and collisions between semis. And we're really glad that we got to drive this new Audi A5 and S5 on the twisty roads in this area. Now, this car is going to cost you around $64,000 to about $72,000, a chunk more than the A5, but you are going to get that extra performance and you get some cool styling things too, more aggressive front end and more aggressive grille. So if you're looking for a plush, beautiful, functional, high-tech performance sedan, either the A5 or the S5 are going to serve your needs quite well. It's good to see Audi continuing to support vehicles that aren't big boxes and continuing to create sleek four-door sedans or even technically liftbacks in a world that mostly has abandoned these vehicles.